What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Maverick Man 101. Got a video today that I put together. I entitled it, Ex-Girlfriend Tries to Break In. Let's go.
Men will fuck anything, says women. But aren't you the gender which uses cucumber, carrots, TV remotes, water bottles, corn, 14 different toys, and a water faucet to masturbate? Seems like everyone is violently horny, not just men.
Good point.
See, these women today, they talk about, oh, I want to be treated like my mom and my great grandma got to treat, but y'all don't behave like that. Oh, I'm going to do me. Okay, well, do you. I don't have to be a part of it.
They know they worth.
Worth is what someone is willing to pay for something. You don't get to determine your worth if somebody's not paying for it. You, oh, I'm valuable. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. It's hard for something to add value, to increase in value that constantly gets used. I want somebody at least 6 foot tall. I want somebody that make at least 6 figures. I want somebody that go to church. I want somebody that like to travel. Okay, what you want gotta want you. That's what women gotta understand. What can you do? What's the all this value that you speak of? What is it? Because I just want you to know a little something. Everything that you do, I can pay somebody to do it. Cook, clean, get my dry cleaning. I ain't paying for the sex, I'm paying you to get out. So if I'm with you, I really want to be with you.
You know, shout out to Shannon Sharpe, man. I saw that clip before and I wanted to talk about it. So shout out to him for that.
Get out.
And I think he's 100%.
So
he's 100% right on that. I think one of the things too, a lot of these women, especially with some of these criterias that they have, a lot of it's just downloaded into them from previous generations, right? If you read the book 1984, I think Winston talks about his wife, right? And he calls her, I think it was like the human soundtrack or something like that, right? Where she just spits off, whatever Big Brother tells her, right? Whatever they place into her head, that's what she spits out. So he called her like the human soundtrack. And he also said something like, women are the swallowers of slogans, right? The amateur spies, things like that, right? So a lot of that stuff is stuff that women from past generations have told them, stuff that their friends have told them, that the man has to have all these things in order for them to be with him, right? And also it has a lot to do with social media. They have a lot more access than they've had in previous generations, right? A lot more access to men than they've had in the past, right? Before it was just the guys in our church, the guys in our school, the guys that she goes to work with. It wasn't this broad range of men that she could look at or could choose from. Now, most of those men are not real options, right? It's the illusion of choice, right? But it's still there. So shout out to Shannon for that, right? I think he's 100% right. And I think the other thing is too, for a man to be with a woman, to marry her, it takes a lot for him to get to that point. So it means that this woman has done something to really make him want to marry her, right? There's something there, right? And he's like, all right, cool. This is the one I want to be with, right? So he settles down with her. But I think that for women, it's always there's options out there, right? And the more that they have on that criteria, the smaller those options become. And the more angry they get, the more, I think lashing out they do, right? The more volatile they become. So, yeah, shout out to Shannon for that, man. Really good stuff there from him.
Do you have women issues? Because it seems like you do. What?
That's not a question. Are you married?
Right. Am I married?
Mm-hmm.
Are you married?
I'm going to ask you one more time, and if not, I can bid you a good night.
Oh, so the narrative is if I'm not.
Are you married?
Look at this woman. It's over for her.
What does that matter?
Going to do what
Okay, I'll say this much. I choose not to be in a relationship.
He hung up.
You can't make this shit up. I choose not to be married. said, "Do you have woman issues?" And I'm like, "Look, homeboy,
Oh
you
no.
were the last person. Do you have people questioning whether you were naturally born a woman?" It's the real question.
Shots fired.
Oh my God. This is why I don't deal with older women, because
Right.
women like her are disingenuous. This woman has not watched my content. She came over here with that long, drawn out, well, I'm going to try to just get to the insult, lady. Get to the insult so you can actually prove yourself and show yourself to be exactly what people over here know you are. And these are the women that have been speaking in the Black community unchecked.
Shout out to the Godfather. Rest in power. I think, I told you about these older women. They're just not pleasant people to be around. They've screwed up their late teens, their 20s, and their 30s. And there's going to be a lot more of them coming. You have a whole generation of Gen Alpha and the tail end of Gen Z who are going to be this. They're going to be in their 30s and 40s, wondering where all the men went. And at that point, all they have left is anguish and anxiety and anger because they screwed the pooch on their life. One thing I think I heard Kevin Samuels talk about, he talked about how women have to have the bigger parts of their life figured out sooner. And I totally agree. Doesn't mean they have to have everything figured out, but beauty is fleeting, right? So it's youth. Youth is fleeting. And women, and what we tell women, what society tells women, what her mom and her aunties and her friends, go out here, play around, let Chad, smother you out. Let Tyrone smother you out. And then at 30, pray to God that he'll send you Boaz, right? He'll send you a man that you've always dreamed of. And whatever you have left in the tank, you just give to him. Right. Crazy.
Let's have a question. Am I the only female that believes in going 50-50? I do not believe in men being the sole provider. Like, I cannot just sit at home while you go make all the money. No, when the bill's due, the mortgage due, I got my half. Where's your half? That's how I am. Like, ladies, get your ass up, make some money, and pay some motherfucking bills.
Okay. Now, when that woman, more than likely, leaves and goes and finds somebody else who can pay 100%, they talk this, and it sounds good, right? Sounds good. Like, oh man, she's down with paying 50-50. Now, no shade to this sister, right? I'm sure she's being truthful, right? I guess. But the treatment will be different, right? Essentially, she'll treat you like a roommate or like a guy friend or a lamp, right? Like, that's how she'll treat you if it's 50-50. I think modern women, there are some out there, that probably believe in that, but I think most of them want that 100% man to pay everything. Right. So it's like, yeah, the 50-50 thing that she's talking about is cool, but how's the treatment going to be? Is he still the leader of that family? Is he her husband? Right. Notice she didn't say any of that. Right. Now, maybe she did it in another video, but notice she didn't say any of that stuff. Like, OK, you pay 50-50, but he's still the man. He's still your husband. He's not your partner. He makes the decisions. You have your input, but ultimately it's up to him. He is the leader of that family. He is the head of the snake. Pause. He is the alpha and the omega, right? You don't hear women that talk about 50-50 talk about that.
They say when a woman is messing with more than one man, she gets mean to the one she's lying to. This is the truth. And she usually gets mean to the man she's been in a long, committed relationship with. Reason being, because
I think there's some truth to that. I think that, let me go back a little bit. But yeah, I think that we've seen studies about how women who have multiple partners, oftentimes their pair bonding is destroyed. And you've also seen reports come out where people are talking about the pair bonding stuff is not true, right? Or it doesn't really mean anything. But I just saw something the other day where it's just like, they have it broken down to numbers, right? Where if she has 10 partners, there's a 30% chance that she might get divorced. If she has more than 10, if she has more than 20, basically the more she has, the more likely it is that that relationship is not going to work out. And the same can be true for men, right? But there's a lot of correlation there with women in that divorce rate or the termination of relationships, right? And yeah, she'll get mean to the man that she's messing around with, right? Most likely because maybe she can't be with him, or if she leaves, the family image is shattered. And there's other issues there too, right? But I do think that there is something to say about women who mess around, have been messing around, are loose in the goose. It's a risk. It's all a risk, right? Let's keep going.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Why are you ignoring me? What's wrong with you? Why are you ignoring me? Hey. That make you mad? That make you mad? Was it because I made you wait long?
Shout out to all the men going through stuff in relationships, man. It's not easy, It's not easy, especially when, let me see if I can get her face real fast. I think she was being extremely disingenuous. If you look at her in the video, she's like eating whatever it is, these little pop things or whatever. And he's just going through it, right? I don't know what that is, but little snack things. She's not being real, right? She really doesn't care. And this brother's going through it, clearly, right? It's this disingenuous way of going about saying sorry, right? Or admitting it, or being truthful about it, right? Being honest about what she's done and trying to reconcile. This is why I say, man, I just don't think women have any foresight, because they're all in the moment, right? They all live for the moment. They all just want the rush. They want that fantasy. They want to feel like they're in a fantasy. They want to capitalize on their emotions and not think about the aftermath, right? Now, look, men do it too, right? I'm not making, I'm not trying to just put all of it on them, right? Because men do it too, but women are way more prone to do that, right? This is not a sincere face about any sense of wrongdoing or any sense of being apologetic, while this brother here is clearly going through something, right? Gentlemen, I've said it before, just leave. This stuff happens, man. Just leave. Don't give her a chance to sit there and try to explain or to try to reel you back in. Get up out of there, man. Let's keep going.
Trying to freaking stalk me, man. You can't get in here. Like, you can't get in here, though. I moved into a gated community. Like, you can't get in here unless you got a key, bro. For real, man. Get off the gate, bro. I got neighbors. No. I'm scared to get close to the door. Okay, first of all, you on the wrong side. First of all, you ain't gonna be able to open it from that side, and you can't open it
She
because you
at
need
the
a key.
gate.
Like, look at this
now
girl,
she trying to reach.
No, man, like get your hand off the thing. Bro, you seriously?
You was not saying that 2 weeks ago, but now you
What?
why are you acting different?
Today's a new day.
Okay.
I said
Oh, she
we
about to
broke
try to
up.
get. She gonna get stuck.
So you gonna hurt yourself, bro?
Oh my goodness.
You gonna literally try to hurt. It looks like you're hurting yourself. I'm not playing with you, bro. I'm about to call the police on your ass. For real. If I call my sisters and them over here, you go.
You can break them. I don't
Oh
care.
my
Break
God.
them. Your
I
sister-
have
what?
neighbors.
I never talk to me like that. You
But I have
never
neighbors,
talk
bro.
to me like that.
Okay, get off the
Open
thing.
the door, Justin.
So you go kick me now? Oh no.
Oh man. Oh, she
You're not
throwing
getting that
slippers.
back.
Not the
You're not
chop.
getting that back. You're not getting that back. You're not getting
She
that
gonna
back.
walk away with one shoe. Man, oh boy. Man, look at this woman here. Bruh, they be crashing out. Look at this. Look at this woman here. Ooh. Halfway in between the gate. Breaking in, right? Is that not breaking and entering, right? Private property, ma'am. You're violating the law. You should have called the police. The second you saw her trying to squeeze through that gate with this little bar right here. And you know what? She might have made it. If this little bar wasn't here, she a little slim thing, she might have made it. she might have got between the gate. But bruh, the second you saw this, you should just call the police and don't even play games with her, right? Don't even walk up there. Just call the police and just walk back to your building. Bro, these women be crashing out. Again, not sure what happened in this case, right? Hopefully they're fine, but they just never regret the action, right? It's always the consequence, right? She talked about, oh, well, you wasn't saying that 2 weeks ago. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He's saying it now, right? Because she has the same right to change her mind with the wind, right? He can too. He can too. But folks, thanks for tuning in. Thank you guys for joining. Until next time, eat well, sleep well, be well. I will see you guys later.